and welcome to this channel's first ever book haul. Since starting this channel, I've been keeping track of all the books I've bought, just keeping them in a pile, thinking that I might want to do a book haul at some point. Since starting this channel, I have bought 5 books, and so I'm gonna be showing those books to you. I don't know a lot about any of these books, but they're all fairly popular books that I've heard about a lot. The first book I bought was The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee at a little bookstore that I don't know the name of on a family road trip to the Rocky Mountains. And so on the road we stopped by this cute little bookstore and I got this. And this sounds interesting. It takes place in 18th century Europe. I've heard lots of good things about it. I like historical fiction books and stuff like that. I haven't read a lot of historical fiction books, but the genre intrigues me, and the books that I have read of the genre I enjoyed. So I want to read more historical fiction, so this is me trying to read more historical fiction. The next book I bought was The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. I am currently reading the last book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. I read the first couple of books of that series when I was a little kid, but I didn't really remember it a whole lot. I mean, I remember generally what happens, but I wanted to reread them and so that I could finish the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series this time around, because I never actually finished them when I was a kid. And I also was rereading that series because I wanted to get to this series by Rick Riordan. I think this might be intended for a slightly older audience. I'm not entirely sure about that. It was in the children's section of the bookstore I got it at. And this I got at Russell Books in Victoria, I think. So I haven't read this series yet, but I want to because I've heard lots of good things about this author and his books are really, really popular, so I'm hoping I'll enjoy them. I've been enjoying the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series so far. They're a little bit young, but once you come to terms with the fact that it was written for 12-year-olds mainly, then it's fine, just as long as you're open-minded enough to, you know, enjoy books that are intended for younger audiences. The next book I got was at the same place that I got the last book, Russell Books in Victoria, Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I didn't know a lot about this book until the movie was being advertised when it came out, and then I saw the trailer for the movie and I was like, oh, that looks like a lot of fun. But I didn't want to watch the movie without first having read the book, so I missed my opportunity to see the movie in theaters, which sucks, but now I have the book, so once I read this, I can let myself see the movie. So yeah, I'm expecting it to be like a fun kind of read, but I really don't know a lot about it. So the next book I got is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. This book I got at Indigo. The concept of this book sounds really interesting. It takes place in a world where nobody dies, and so to keep the population under control, there's these people called scythes, I guess, who kill people to keep the population under control, basically. I could be wrong about that, because obviously I haven't read this yet. I haven't read any of these books yet. When I bought this book in the bookstore and I put this book on the counter to pay for it, the lady at the counter grabbed it and she hugged it and she's like, I love this book. That was really cool, so hopefully it lives up to the hype. The next book I got is a book by an author that I've heard a lot about, but I still haven't read any of her books yet, and that is V.E. Schwab. I got A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. The concept of this book sounds really interesting. I have a friend who really likes her other series, Vicious. I don't know if she's read the whole series, or duology, I think it is, but she did read Vicious and she really liked it and she really recommended it. And when I went to buy this one, I almost bought Vicious on my friend's recommendation, but I was leaning more towards this one, and so I think I'm going to start with this one. But if this author is anywhere near as good as I've heard she is, then I'm probably going to end up reading both series at some point. I don't know when, but it sounds like multiple dimensions. Like there's several different Londons, which I'm picturing to be like different dimensions kind of thing. And that's all the books I've bought since starting this channel. I bought all these books. I know some much bigger booktubers than me often get like sent books to talk about them, but I'm not at that level yet because I literally just started this channel. So yeah, I bought all these books and I totally intend to read all of them at some point, hopefully in the near future, but we'll see. So yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!